نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. All praise and thanks is due to Allah. We praise Allah, we seek assistance and forgiveness from Allah, and we seek refuge in Allah from our lower selves and from the wrongs we sometimes commit. Whoever Allah guides, no one can misguide, and whoever Allah leads astray, no one can guide. And we bear witness that there is none worthy of worship besides Allah, the one who is unique and has no partners. And we bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is Allah's servant and messenger. قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم أفغير الله أبتغي حكما وهو الذي أنزل إليكم الكتاب مفصلا. Allah says that am I then not to look to anyone other than Allah for judgment, when it is He who has revealed the book that clearly spells out the truth. So basically what Allah says is that that Allah is enough as a hakim, as a judge or as a lawmaker, and that it is by this book that Allah makes His laws, and it is by this book alone that we have to judge. And Allah says that this book, the Quran, is clearly spelling out the truth, and it distinguishes between what is halal for you and what is haram, what is prohibited and what is permissible. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. And it says further that, and neither does he, the Prophet, speak out of his own desire. His words are inspiration, inspired. So what Allah is telling us, that whatever the Prophet is telling you, he is telling it because we inspired him to say so. Whatever was revealed in the Quran was inspired through him to be written down in the Quran. So nothing that the Prophet says is from his own desires. So we often hear people saying that you have to follow the Quran and you have to follow the Sunnah. But often we forget that the Prophet said that the Quran is inspired by Allah, and ultimately if you follow the Quran to the T, then you would have followed the Sunnah, because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam followed the Quran and then formulated the Sunnah. And even when Aisha radiallahu anha, the wife of the Prophet, was asked, what was the character of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? So she said, كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. His character was Quran. So what Allah has prohibited, the Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prohibited through the guidance of Allah. And what He has made lawful, what Allah has made lawful, the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has followed and made lawful. And at any time when the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam faltered, Allah would remind him saying, يا أيها النبي لما تحرم ما أحل الله عليك تبتغي مرضات أزواجك والله غفور رحيم. And then Allah would say to him, O Prophet, why do you prohibit that which Allah has made lawful for you, out of the desire to please your wives? Truly Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. Now there's two versions here in Hadith. You pick this up. That some said it's because of honey. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to love honey, and one of his particular wives didn't like him to eat the honey, and so he said, okay, you won't eat the honey anymore. And based on that, this verse was saying, why you make prohibited which Allah has made lawful for you. And in another case it says that his wife, and not a lot of Muslims know this, but his wife, one of his wives, Mariatul Qibtiyya means Coptic. She was a Coptic Christian who never embraced Islam. There's no evidence that she's ever embraced Islam. But the Prophet married her and she was a slave girl. So some of the wives felt that their status now is dropping because the Prophet is now marrying slave girls. So they didn't want him to associate much with them. And therefore this verse was revealed. Why do you prohibit that which Allah has made lawful for you? But in any case, it was a reminder to the Prophet that when Allah has made something lawful or prohibited, it will be stated in the law. So we know that even in the time of the Prophet, people were making things lawful and prohibited other things out of a habit as they desired. And we find a lot of the practices of the Jews that they prohibited a lot of things, and therefore the Quran came and the Quran said that these are actually lawful for you. And why should you not eat? For example, we'll talk a little bit about food, seeing that it's fasting. And why should you not eat of that over which Allah's name has been pronounced? Seeing that He has so clearly spelled out to you what He has forbidden you, unless you are compelled. But behold, many people lead others astray by their own errant views, without knowledge. Verily, your sustainer is fully aware of those who transgress the bounds of what is right. Now I want to take particular emphasis on even if you are compelled, or when you are compelled. Because what Allah is trying to say is that Allah knows that there are going to be certain situations where you're going to be finding it difficult to think, is this halal, is this haram? But if your intention is not to go beyond the boundaries or willfully being disobedient, then you are compelled to do something, then you can do so. Then it won't fall under haram. And Allah knows that there are these grey areas. Not everything is halal and everything is haram.